Hey guys, this is Kat. I hope you're having a really good day. I just woke up recently, so my voice might sound really weird. But I decided today that I was going to do things a little bit differently because yesterday I really tried so hard, you have no idea, to make like 3 YouTube videos, and I couldn't even end up making one that I was satisfied with. I have no idea why none of my videos worked out. And it's like I just wasn't there's no way I could like doctor these things up to actually be good. So I was like, I'm not putting that out there. So today I was like, I'm gonna start off my day by doing things differently because everything I planned yesterday did not go well. So today I'm not planning a thing, and I'm gonna see if maybe that helps me out because I might just be going through a phase where I need to be more spontaneous. So I'm trying to like take a hint from the heavens and just kind of like go with the flow. So the thing that I kind of thought I wanted to tell you about is the fact that in the spirit of being spontaneous, but also wanting things to go a little bit better, I decided today that what I was going to do was I was going to put on my dress that I usually wear when I do rituals. Now I have a robe and then I have a dress. So I'm wearing my ritual dress today. Okay, so this is my ritual dress, and as I said, I also have a robe. And this is something that has special significance to me because in the group that I'm part of in person in my city, like it's an offline group that I'm part of, I had a dedication ceremony in the summer where I dedicated myself to neo-paganism. And another girl that I'm really, really close with, that I love her, I think she's amazing, also got dedicated at the same ceremony. And I was wearing this dress, and so of course it has like the energy of that ceremony infused in it now. And all the happy memories, like when I put this on, it has the memories of that within it, right? And when I had my dedication, I was actually pregnant with my son, who I had in January of this year. And at my dedication ceremony, my teacher, who was actually being the priest at the ceremony, he actually came and he took my hand and my partner's hand and used both of our hands to bless my womb. So I even had a very beautiful womb blessing within this dress. And obviously that was like a really nice thing to help welcome my new baby into the world. So I just thought that was cool. And usually I'd only wear this dress for actual rituals, but I thought I'd make an exception just because I was having a particularly off kind of a day yesterday. So I'm going to do a bit of a meditation and spend some time at my altar here today and, wear my dress and just kind of allow myself to be within that part of my energy. And hopefully that will actually allow me to feel like I'm capable of doing those videos that I planned later on. And I'll just put on my regular clothes for my videos, but I'm hoping that it'll sort of enhance what it is I'm trying to do. And I do think that it's great to use your magic or your powers of meditation and relaxation to help you in just your everyday life. I don't think doing magic is about stepping outside your life. It's about stepping more deeply into it. And I think something that's really, really nice is realizing that magic can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. But the most important thing is being present in the moment while you're doing it. That way, even something super simple like a little folk magic kind of spell can end up being super powerful. And it also kind of opens the door for more spontaneity, because if you're in a meditative state and you're feeling really relaxed, then when you go in to do a ritual, you may feel free enough that you start speaking from the heart when you're calling your deities, or you might suddenly realize that you want to add another element to your spell that you didn't think of when you were first planning it. You got to be able to let go when you're doing magic. I think magic is as much about letting go as it is about harnessing and bringing things in. You know, a lot of times when we do magic, we're asking for something, or we're trying to make something happen, but letting go is a really huge part of that actually being possible. So, yeah, we match now, don't we? Mm-hmm. We match now. So, yeah. All right, sorry, it's kind of hard picking up the camera with, that was such a loud burp. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so I think it's really important that you be able to get into your magical persona sometimes before you start to do magic. And as I said, sometimes if you just want to have a magical start to your day. And part of your magical persona is also your name. Now, if your actual given name, you know, like the name that your parents gave you, doesn't really seem to cut it in terms of making you feel magical, I really strongly recommend finding, like doing some kind of a meditation, or, you know, going for a walk and trying to just clear your thoughts, and allowing some sort of name to come into your mind that really evokes for you what would seem to be that part of yourself, that deep, special, personal, sacred part of yourself, in terms of a name. So something that in name form makes you feel all of those things, sacred and special and just powerful, and like everything that is beautiful about yourself, something that evokes that. Yeah, so anyways, once you have your magical name, if you're a solitary practitioner, there may not be anybody to hold some kind of special naming ceremony for you. So in that case, I would really recommend taking a candle, and like what my mentor had done for me was he had inscribed a candle that he had chosen for me with my magical name. And you can do the same, and then you can anoint the candle with oil and give yourself a nice ritual bath. So take a nice relaxing bath with your favorite herbs and oils in it, and then cast a sacred circle, put your candle on your altar, and then do like a nice ritual for yourself where you call your matron or patron deities, or just the Lord and Lady, to come and be present for your blessed naming ritual, and say some words in regard to your name and what it means to you, and how it's going to help you on your path. Light your candle, ask the blessing of your deities, and then you can sit in meditation and infuse the candle while you sit there looking at it with all of your energy and all of your intentions, and you can envision some of the goals of things you want to achieve over your lifetime, in terms of like what you want to learn, what you want to be able to do, if there's any if you want to start a coven, like envision all the things that you want to do. And then at the end of your ritual, you will actually have your magical name that will be part of your persona that you can go into every time that you do a ritual, and it will just help to empower all of your magical workings all the more. So this candle right here has my magical name inscribed on it, and I'm not going to show that name to you just because I'm just keeping it personal, just for myself. But anyways, this is the candle, and at the dedication and naming ceremony that I had in my group, I was asked if I wanted to burn my candle all the way down, or if I wanted to be able to just put it out after the ritual and then have it for meditation and burning later for my own personal use. Yeah! And so that's what I decided to use, and that's what I decided to do. So I really recommend... Hello. Okay, so we are back in my living room, and I wanted to show you a book that basically is just a really killer, awesome book. So I'm just going to put it over here so I can talk about it. All right, so this book, what it is it's called The Circle Within, and it's by Diane Sylvan, and then it says Creating a Wiccan Spiritual Tradition. So what this is is it's a book for people who, as it says on the back, want to move beyond the basics of Wicca. I find there's so many books on starting out that like you can literally drown in the sea of them that are out there, and yet there's not that many books for people who are like intermediate, who want to kind of just, as this says, move beyond the basics. So this book is all about helping you create your own personal Wiccan tradition and also your own personal daily practice. So it's all about the circle within you and adding your own influence into your practice and whatever tradition that maybe you're already learning. Like I practice within part of a group, and so it's nice for me to also be developing my own thing at the same time. To have those two parallel paths in your spiritual life, I think, is a really important thing for people who do participate in group practice. You still have to have your own thing because each one feeds into the other. So yeah. All right, so now I'm in my dining room, and I thought I would share with you a little craft that I decided I would do today. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking some teas and things that I have in my kitchen. Teas that I'm trying to use up because maybe I've had them for a while and I've enjoyed a few cups, but I haven't like finished them off. And rather than buying herbs to do magical charms and like herbal sachets and things with, rather than purchasing new herbs, I thought, why don't I just use my older teas? And I'm the kind of person where I love reusing and recycling things anyways. I've never actually bought herbs before. I always either use tea or herbs that I actually find in nature, like on walks, or my mom has a garden. Sometimes I'll get lavender from her garden and things like that. So I can't have my own garden because I'm in an apartment, and the way that my balcony is, it's like windy out there, all my plants would just blow away. But yeah, I wanted to show you the fact that I'm making a nice herbal bath sachet out of some teas that I have. I just kind of wanted to tell you about how I do it. So basically, for this, you just need some teas that you're trying to use up. So I have a nice one that has fennel, ginger, and peppermint in it. It has a really nice scent. I've already opened up a tea bag that I've got the herbs in here. This is actually from 2 tea bags, and I've just poured it into the remnants of one of the bags. And then this one here is actually a lavender, it's a honey lavender tea. So, and I've got a sachet here that I've opened up, and I thought I would kind of just show you on camera how I make my bath sachets. So when I do a bath, I actually use 3 to 4 tea bags worth of herbs. This right now is 3 smaller tea bags worth of herbs. So I could probably add one more. Remember as well that you can add crystals and other objects that would be safe to use in water that won't get damaged by water for your herbal sachet. Then what you want to do is you can take a coffee filter, or you can take a piece of cloth, like a piece of like muslin style cloth or cheesecloth, whatever. Once you've got your herbs poured into your coffee filter, then what you can do is, if you're feeling up to it, you can make this into something that feels a little bit more filled with intention. So what I like to do is actually sew it all up with a needle and thread. So you could just tie this up with some embroidery thread, like tie it all up in a cute little, bundle kind of thing. But what I like to do is sew it, because then I can add more intention. And as I'm weaving the thread into the coffee filter, I just kind of like to think about the things that I would like for this cleansing herbal bath to do for me. Alright, so I'm almost done sewing. I just had my coffee filter folded in half, and then I made it into like an envelope kind of a shape. So here's just another quick shot of the finished product. And there's my K, and then there's my T for my name. And yeah, just put whatever suits you on the front of your sachet. But I think it's nice to embroider something and to sew it shut. So yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that little craft. Alright, so it's after 3 o'clock now. It's around like almost 3:30 in the afternoon. So I feel really good. I've really enjoyed having my dress on today, and just kind of feeling in touch with my magical persona. And I wanted to say a few more things on the subject before I change out of this dress and then go grocery shopping and do some of the things that I need to do for the day. So my son and I are just going to kind of finish this segment of the vlog, and I wanted to show you, I have a little binder that I use. I just thought that this would be fun to show you because whenever I'm doing YouTube videos where I write out like ideas or points that I want to say, I put those ideas into this binder. And I also write some of my poetry and like just other things. The binder has dividers in it, and I have various sections for different things. If you have a magical persona, it's really nice to actually write poetry and prose and do journaling and things as your magical persona after you've done ritual or meditation, or if you're doing something like I'm doing today and you just wanted to take time getting out of your own head but still staying in touch with yourself by getting in touch with that other facet of you, which would be your magical side. So it's really nice to do like creative things, because I find you don't really have writer's block as your magical persona. Another thing that I wanted to say is when I was first starting to get into practicing Wicca and things, I thought at the time that I didn't really need to have a magical persona. I was like, I can just do magic as me. Isn't that the whole point, to empower myself and just like become a better version of me? Isn't that what magic is partially about anyways? But I didn't realize that as someone who's a water sign and also as a Scorpio, I'm often ruled by my emotions. And the nice thing about having a magical persona that you can tap into anytime that you want is the fact that you can tap into a part of yourself that's not affected by the hectic activities of your day-to-day life. It's not affected by the fact that you're tired or you didn't get enough sleep the day before. It's not affected by any of that negative stuff. Or things that can drain you. Your magical persona always has an abundance of energy. Your magical persona cannot be harmed. It's really great to tap into your magical persona not only when you're doing things like rituals and meditations and stuff, but also when you are doing astral travel or communicating with spirits. That way, you can allow your magical persona to melt away after you're done doing those activities, and you come back to your regular self without that residue on you. And your magical self is self-cleansing, so next time you revisit that facet of yourself, it will be waiting for you ready to go again. So I just think those are really nice reasons to have a magical persona and to build that and to practice visualizing that in your mind. One more nice thing that I like to do with my magical persona is if I'm ever trying new things or meeting new people or doing something that makes me feel nervous but that I want to be successful at, I envision my magical persona and keep that. I hold that vision at the forefront of my mind, and that actually empowers me to do better in that situation than I would if I was just kind of doing it as my regular self, who sometimes becomes filled with insecurities or, as I said, can be more drained. So, all right, well, I'm going to end this part of the vlog here, and thanks for listening to my thoughts on magical persona. Any final thoughts about magical personas, Jiraiya? You got anything that you want to say?
No.
No? All right. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Have a blessed magical day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.